The city's contract with Motorola Solutions was a hot topic during a February meeting of the Chula Vista City Council. The contract calls for Motorola to provide software for the police department's new real-time operations center, which is the hub for data coming from drones and other high-tech surveillance tools. The spotlight was on the deal following a KPBS story on how the contract's terms essentially handed over city residents' private data to Motorola. In late 2020, Councilwoman Jill Galvez voted to approve the contract without comment. But 1 year later, she had questions.
It would be wonderful to hear just a high level response to some of the allegations that we've been reading about in KPBS and hearing about in terms of Chula Vista's contract with Motorola and selling out data privacy.
Galvez sought answers from then Chula Vista Police Captain Don Redman. He said at least one of the Motorola contract terms was a mistake.
It was part of an older template contract that they gave us.
Later, KPBS learned that after the story, the city had quietly amended the contract to remove a provision that would allow Motorola to license or sell customer data that had been stripped of names and other identifying factors. Albert Fox-Kahn is the executive director of the New York City-based Surveillance Technology Security Project. He was harshly critical of the original contract, calling it Orwellian. He says it's no better now.
If you had made this change in a typical contract, I might have thought it was actually a big improvement. But this contract is so much worse than what we typically see.
Fox-Kahn points out that the contract still allows the company to analyze, publish, develop, and improve commercial products, and offer subscription services to customer data gathered by Chula Vista Police surveillance tools.
Even worse, there's nothing here that blocks Motorola from selling this data to customers who then resell it to other people and resell it to other people. And once you allow the data to be used in that way, it really is just available to the highest bidder.
Those data include live social media feeds, information picked up by the agency's automated license plate readers, and video captured by its drones sent out to 911 calls. Motorola did not return KPBS emails or calls, but in a February letter to Chula Vista, the company assured the city it does not, quote, share or resell customer data. But Motorola can still take customer data and customize it, privacy experts say. Once that happens, it's called solution data, and the contract gives Motorola, its vendors, and licensors exclusive ownership of solution data. The contract does not bar Motorola from selling solution data.
The change is window dressing. It's performative art. It's meant to give, comfort to people that aren't paying attention.
Privacy advocate Brian Hofer says the Chula Vista City Council's approval of the original Motorola contract was bad enough.
If this had been the first instance, I give them a pass and just say it's negligence. When it happens a second time and it's this obvious that it's a bad contract, it seems like there's some intent to allow this to happen.
Chula Vista Councilman Steve Padilla concedes he and his colleagues should never have approved the original Motorola contract, but he says he's now comfortable that the amendment made earlier this year protects Chula Vistans' privacy.
Nobody's being spied on, and nobody's data is being collected, and nobody's data is being shared, and nobody's data is being sold.
Nevertheless, Chula Vista City Attorney Glenn Guggen says the contract is still under review. He said, quote, significant city contracts are always reviewed by my legal group. Until recently, however, these types of provisions had not been an area of focus. They should have been, and now very much are. Amita Sharma, KPBS News.